Wow, what can I say on the Rockets situation that hasn't been said already? I'm not even going to call this the Rockets situation. I'm going to call this the James Harden situation. What should we call this? Like James Harden gate? I don't know. We can figure out a great name for this down in the comments below. With every passing day, I really do feel like I feel worse and worse for everybody that's involved in this situation. I even do feel bad for James Harden because James Harden is somebody that has been attacked time and time again for not being a winning player, which I don't think is a fair assessment of his game at all. I think he's overachieved a lot of his career. And I also do truly believe he's had to go up against some of the toughest teams of the past 20 years. James Harden, 31 years old, not getting any younger. Still in his prime though, but a late prime at that. Am I going to be mad at James Harden for wanting to play for another team other than the Houston Rockets after seeing what this team is capable of the past 10, 7, 8, however many years? No. But what I will be mad about with Harden is the way he's going about this whole thing. You know, at the end of the day, everybody's professionals. I think you deserve to give these guys the time of day, especially Coach Silas, who is somebody that I'm sure is very excited to now be an NBA head coach. Now, I'm probably going to get some hate for this one. Hey, it happened. You know, it is what it is. I'm a little disappointed in the Houston Rockets also. I'm not saying they should automatically just want to trade Harden, but understand where Harden's coming from. Harden has gave you some phenomenal seasons. You've got to enjoy one of the best scorers of all time play basketball. The Rockets owner may be more concerned with making money than being competitive. And when I say being competitive, I mean competing for a ring. The Rockets are a team that may be best suited going in the rebuild. You know, Sam Presti's a phenomenal GM. That's not why I like Presti. I like Presti because he understands the business side of things, but also he works with his players to get them to destinations that they want to go to. I don't think it's hard. I don't think it's rocket science. At the end of the day, everybody can win. But in this situation, it sure does feel like there are a lot of losers. You guys want to know why Morey left? I hear some reports that it involved the Rockets owner. We have some massive, messy updates. Apparently, James Harden's mother is involved. Harden's demanded a trade, and he said what he's looking for team-wise. Now, before we go any further, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because you will not want to miss another Get Like Coop video. And that's facts. Guys, you gotta check out this video I did on Jalen Hurts. I'm going to drop the link in the description below. It's on my channel, Red Zone Coop. Now, don't go to that channel right now, but check that video out after this one if you do love the NFL. Also, I'm going to start streaming a ton. The link to my stream is going to be in the description below. Lastly, dropping a like on this video is always a good look. Likes show me that you guys are, in fact, the real MVPs. Now, this whole situation started when Harden was out partying, you know, doing all this stuff, doing everything but reporting to Rockets training camp. Now, recently, there's been an update. Coach Silas confirms that James Harden got tested in Houston today. Then he said, that's pretty much all I know. One thing has remained consistent throughout this entire situation. Coach Silas is sick and tired of answering questions relating to Harden. Whenever Silas is asked a question about Harden, he gives a short answer and then says, you know what? Go ahead and ask him. He doesn't say you know what, but that was like for dramatic effect. Now, in one of my recent videos, somebody said that I was looking too deep into the situation by saying Coach Silas is growing tired of answering questions relating to Harden. My response to that is, what person wouldn't be? I'm sure that Coach Silas feels like he could put a great team on the floor with Harden. This is his livelihood, right? You know, he wants to coach in the NBA for a long time. Having a great player like James Harden, he's going to help you coach in the league for a long period of time. Now, I'm sure he feels like he can still be successful without Harden, but Harden makes life all the easier. And then again, there's still the respect thing. Harden and Silas not really talking, that's not a great situation. Now, with Harden arriving in Houston and going through the NBA's protocols, we have another update. Woj reports that James Harden has recently indicated to Houston he'd be open to a trade to Philadelphia or other contenders. So far, no major talks with the Sixers. Morey's been adamant about wanting to keep his two young stars. Woj has also reported that teams would be reluctant to give up the assets required to get a player of Harden's caliber without confidence that he would be willing to remain long term. Few contenders have ability to furnish Houston with a combination of assets that it's seeking in order to consider dealing James Harden. Doc Rivers got wind of this whole situation, said we like our team. The team we just watch out there in practice is pretty special. None of those trade rumors are coming from us. If you're a 76ers fan, are you looking to trade Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid for a 31-year-old James Harden? Comment down below. But outside of those two, I'm not sure the 76ers have the assets to put together a competitive package for James Harden. Now, of course, this could all just be coach speak, but I seriously do think the 76ers like their team. Daryl Morey has made some phenomenal moves to put the 76ers in a great spot to contend this upcoming season. Ben Simmons has all of the talent in the world. Some players have compared him to LeBron James. I won't say he's LeBron James, but I think Ben Simmons is an immensely talented player, and reports have been coming out that he's been working on his shot before and after practice with assistant coach Sam Cassell. Ben says he's been working on his mid-range and threes. Now, some of you may know, some of you may not. A major reason Ben doesn't want to shoot threes is because he hasn't been great at shooting them. He's somebody that's been a perfectionist. It's kind of all mental for him. If Ben turns into a guy that's knocking down, say, 35% of his threes, the 76ers all of a sudden become an entirely different team. Ben Simmons becomes an entirely different player who's much more viable than he already is. Premier slasher, gets to the rim with ease, has court vision that would make some greats do double takes. I love Ben Simmons' game. Now, when it comes to James Harden's mom, she says he's doing what's best for his career. Every time he suited up, he gave them 210%. He asked for a chance to get a ring. That's it. I put the full quote on the screen so you guys can make of it what you will. And what I just read may be an oversimplification of things, but I definitely do see the vision. I want to see Harden go out with a championship. I don't want him to end up one of those guys that retires ringless. When I look at other contenders in the NBA, I see what Woj is talking about. Who's really going to be able to put together a package for Harden and maintain balance on their team? I do think the Miami Heat would be an interesting choice. Don't be mad at me. Let me know who you guys think should go after Harden down in the comments below. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support the channel. I'm GetLikeCoop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.